What is blame and what is faith? Blame has no real foundation. It doesn't have no real intuitive factors to bring life. Intuition and faith. Faith has a real foundation. It's not possible to blame any situation or anything. Either somebody did something intentionally and it won't be like, oh, I blame them. No, it say, oh, their intent was to do this. And I seen the structure of it and I understood the structure biblically that I had to do this. I had to surrender to some type of force in order to get this achievement. Now that's faith. Now if you're going around saying, oh, why you like this or why you like that? If you don't have any biblical structure, it's mentally, oh, I'm just lost. I'm lost in this and this and that. If nobody has any foundation to say, oh, I'm going through faith, or I'm going through surrendering, or I'm going through a new child of God, or I'm understanding a new foundation, or I'm trying to find a foundation, or I'm just confused right now, like I said, and if they use blame of any substance of sort, that is opposite of faith. Blame is just a deception where to trick anybody to make them feel sorry for them. It's the opposite of conviction. Conviction is to convict somebody who isn't, or it's to dodge conviction. Instead of, I'm saying, oh, I blame this for them, this and that. Basically saying people who blame are actually intuitive enough, they're smart enough to see what they did in the situation and how they could put it on somebody else. That's manipulation. So conviction, you can convict somebody, you can rebuke somebody. But manipulation also looks like rebuking and conviction. You know what I'm saying? Somebody can manipulate your mind to make you feel like, oh, somebody needs to get rebuked. Somebody needs to get convicted. Whole time that person like, oh, I blame them for this. They need to get convicted. They need to get this. They need to get this. I blame them for this. Whole time, conviction isn't a real word. Conviction is only for people who intentionally sin. Now that's conviction. If you go into the end of time, you feel me? If you go to the end of the end ages and you're sinning and you're unintentionally sinning and you're only doing that one unintentional sin, God will still bring you to heaven because He said, I forgive unintentional sins. You know what I'm saying? And the intention of somebody else not sharing the gospel, not sharing the word, that blood will be on their hands. Not the blame will be on their hands. Not the blame, the blood will be on their hands. You know what I'm saying? This war that we're in is deception and real deal how naive somebody's heart is due to them not doing more spiritual work and being able to get compromised by what they didn't do in the heart. You know what I'm saying? As I say, do your spirit work, do your heart work. Me, I read this Bible off of random. Like I close this book and whatever I open it to, I put my nail in it. I really read by a nail. It say Jesus' hands got put into the wood with nails. Use a nail. Use one of your nails and open up this Bible. You feel what I'm saying? Now it said Nehemiah 6:11. The wall is finished. I'm gonna go to it's 3:25 when I have seen time. So I'm gonna go to any page. I'm gonna just keep looking until I see 3:25. I'm gonna just close from Nehemiah. I see Exodus 1:23. Okay, now I see 3. I'm on Ruth 3. Now I'm gonna go to 25. I'm gonna show you how divine things is. Oh, it don't have 25, so I'm gonna just go with the 2 and 5. This is using your mind, splitting things apart, being random. You know, God is perfect in His rule. So if you're feeling like somebody logic is trying to manipulate you perfectly, go off of random. That's why I say speak tongues. If you're feeling like you're getting manipulated, if you're feeling like you're getting convicted for the wrong thing, speak tongues. That's why I say dance. Learn how to dance. Learn how to surrender and dance. So I'm going to go to 2:5. Ruth and Boaz at the threshing floor. 2, is not Boaz our relative with those young women you were? See, he is winnowing barley tonight at the threshing floor. At the threshing floor. Barley is like drunkenness. It's saying, okay, is Boaz, so booze. Is booze not our relative, the person who's doing booze, or A through Z? You can get 2 words from this. Boo, like people real deal saying, oh, boo, he using correct words. A through Z, he using correct words. A through Z. Boo him. Or you can say, oh, booze, the person who drinks booze. People usually will take the person drinking booze side than the person who understand, oh, he's a brother, he a bo. A through Z. You feel me? He a real deal bow and arrow, like a real deal drop down evil. Is not bows are relative with whose young women you were? Saying, all right, who are the young women? All right, let's split the word in half. Since I didn't read from the top, I'm reading from the middle. I'm gonna show y'all how I read the Bible in order to gain any information from any pinpoint because of random selection due to tongues. You must be sensitive to see light in tongues. Woman, omen. You know what an omen is? An omen is like an energy that pushes across the whole universe. Or say, and Boaz are relative with those young women, that young wise omen, that young wise energy being pushed across the universe. Is it not our relative? Is it not somebody who actually is in the circumference of our righteousness? You know what I'm saying? Now let's do it the booze way. Is not booze our relative with those young women you were? So is not drinking booze is our, like the person drinking booze, is he not our relative, even though he was with those even though he was with those young women, even though he was with the young-minded, real deal with the adultery, the lust of drinking booze? Is he not our relative, somebody that we need to save? Either or, it still could be in foundation of bringing life. You know what I'm saying? So is he not our family? Is he not of our family? Now let's go to 5. And she replied, all that you say, I will do. So basically saying, if you need me to help this person drinking booze, I'm going to do so. If you need me to help you or in order to achieve spreading this word, I'm going to do so. These are what the young women are saying. You feel what I'm saying? So you could go into the street, find a young woman, and be like, oh, what you need me to do? Tell me, and I would do so. You could go to a righteous religious woman, and supposedly you'd be like, oh, I need you to do this. And they will do of so. Correct? But the things that's mixed up between here is, the person, the righteous person could go to that woman, that the person drinking booze trying to, you feel me, get a quick one and try to bring her into life, and because it's our relative, and real deal be pushed out of societal standard because of how achievable they are with the heart and trying to help somebody. You feel what I'm saying? Now that same person that drunk booze and that went to a righteous person, they can get help. You feel what I'm saying? So that cornerstone, the building needs a cornerstone. If a righteous person can't go to each cornerstone and place a candle in order to make the whole room smell good, that's why Babylon is still being built. But that's only tearing down the foundation of the kingdom. We need to be in order to surrender, no matter what it is. If you're able to build this foundation of getting money, then you're able to build this foundation in order to gain righteousness. You feel me? You should be as determined as each. You feel what I'm saying? Everything that's in here, everything that's in this Bible, it will connect. The words flip. Being the blame onto somebody is not real. The blood onto somebody, you are able to go and help somebody. Spread the DNA, spread the blood changes, the light molecules that change the blood, the mustard seed that can change the blood is the real foundation of the world. If you don't allow a light in, if you don't allow some type of foundation is just a little bit to make your whole heart become anew of anything that's trying to bring to you, then you're the one that's failing what could be seen as nations to kingdoms, which overall somewhere it will have to get broke down sometime, somewhere, because everything has to end. And because they say don't be too wise, don't be too righteous, don't be too foolish. Meaning, if you lean too much this way, just based off natural creation process here, if you lean too much this way, you will fall. You lean too much that way, fall. Lean too much that way, fall. Lean too much that way, fall. That's why I say you must have balance. Our arms, we can lean side to side with our arms, but why would we actually sit there and, you feel me, like, would you hold a 50-pound weight in one hand and a 30-pound weight in the other and say I can hold both of them evenly? That's not religious. I'm gonna say how it is. It's not religiously a great perspective. Jesus didn't say, "Oh, I'm gonna get on this cross, and I'm gonna hold everything up righteousness. Everything I'm doing is gonna be righteous when I die." That's not correct balance. He said, "I got on this cross with all sins on my heart. I did every sin for y'all. Now I'm going to die on a cross as so." You cannot balance righteousness and die for sins. It won't be possible. The light molecules, the mustard seed will not grow. If I have an orange seed and I want to grow orange seeds, it's going to grow orange seeds. If I want to grow righteousness, if I have a righteous seed, it's going to grow righteousness. If I have a watermelon seed and it wants to grow sins, it's going to grow sins. If I have a watermelon seed and I say it's going to grow righteousness and it's a sin seed, it's not going to do as so. Y'all got to see the separation. People are too scared saying, oh, Jesus is perfect. We don't want to say he did any sins. We don't want to lie on him. That's not what it is. Jesus has grace. So even if you do say, oh, Jesus did all sins, you still have grace upon you for forgiveness. But you have to walk down that valley path to at least see if there's a way out. People are afraid and try to be too perfect. They're like, oh, we must walk like Jesus. But you're forgetting that it was a hump. It was a bridge that Jesus didn't always complete righteousness in order to complete the foundation of the world. Everybody needs to be forgiven. Everybody wants to go to heaven. Me personally, I've been to the other side of the spirit realm where I'm sitting there and people are crying for sins they're about to get forgiven for. They're sitting there crying to the point they can't breathe. And they were just looking like, I just want to show you an example. People are crying for sins they're about to get forgiven for because they didn't know that their unintentional sin is already forgiven because I died for it. I already did it. Meaning my light is even with them. I didn't hold a 30-pound weight in one hand. No, I was walking with them in a storm. It's in the Bible. When they was holding the 30-pound weight, I held it with them. The only thing it's saying in this Bible, I cannot deny myself. God cannot deny himself. Basically saying, if you deny God, if you deny Jesus on earth in front of people, I should deny you in heaven. You feel what I'm saying? If you deny this is an orange seed and don't use the right water or right fertilizer to grow the orange seed, it won't grow orange. You feel me? It won't grow nothing. You feel me? People tell me all the time, oh, you looking too deep into the word. It's not meant to be like this, it's not meant to be like that. I could go to each four corners that I've been at teaching people the word. They always say, oh, the word not meant to be read like that. No, yes it is. Because I'm using the right fertilizer. I'm using the right water. I know exactly what seed I'm using. You're just confused with the seed. And then you're not taking accountability in what you're saying. You're saying, oh, Jesus isn't perfect in each. I'm telling you, look, Jesus wasn't always perfect. And it was on purpose. So in order to you to understand his word, you must understand everything that you seem to be above or below. It may not be as perfect. You feel me? It may not seem as perfect. This world may not seem as perfect. If there's a pothole where we can't understand information, then there's also a bubble where we can over understand information. It's just realistic balance. It's realistic balance. The only thing that's about to fall is the Babylon that has a cornerstone that's naturally being broke down. Cause I stand firm in faith and actually knowing who I am in this Bible. I am the message that is a mess. Messiah, the message that I am a mess. This message that I give off, what I do, is a mess. I knew who I was. You feel me? I was here before every prophet. I was here before the primordial elements got put together. Believe it or not. No matter what, it said I will raise from death. If I get executed, if I get put out into society and I have nowhere to be, I will still be brought up from death because of my faith. I'm faithful and loyal. It said on a white horse, he's faithful and true. You feel me? I am. I sleep with a white blanket on a white horse. You feel me? The horror sea. You can also put that, the horror. It seems like a horror, but he's faithful and true. And people, this is my favorite thing. People may feel like, oh, I feel like I'm out of position. I feel like people calling me fat behind my back. Me personally, I would say, oh, they calling me fat. I'm faithful and true. I know what I'm thinking about with God. I know my intuition is true. I know God is with me. And I know as long as I keep a standard of holding the word will be with me in any situation when somebody desperately needs it. You feel me? Same thing as being judged, and same thing as understanding blame, conviction, and righteous. And you feel me? Like actually understand the foundation of what's needed for each person in situations. Life isn't meant to have green cloth saying that it's red. No. If it's red cloth, I'm going to break it down and say, oh, it can also make pink and orange and this color and this color. Gray can be white, more white. It could be black. You feel what I'm saying? This is just the foundation. I just did this off a random flip. 1 Kings 12:20. That's my sister's birthday, 12:20. 1 Kings 12:20. The kingdom divided. I'm gonna go. What time is it? 15:05. I'm gonna go to 15. Oh, that was the last one. So I'm gonna go to. Let's see. Let me see if there's a 30 on here. And there's a 30. Let's go to 20. 15 plus 5 is 20. And when all of Israel heard that Jeroboam had returned, they sent and called him to the assembly and made him king over all Israel. There was none that followed the house of David but the tribe of Judah alone. David, I always say this, David means the vivid. When you see something so vividly, that's what David is. But the tribe of Judah, Judah means justice. Judah, Judas, justice, or Judah, or justice. People, every time I speak to people with justice, they always say something behind it. Oh, justice the sick, justice the ill, or justice on drugs, or justice needs something of this, or justice need that. He need a whip. You feel me? They always put something behind my justified speaking. And they say when they say Israel, El, you got to look up things. Everything's not going to be in the Bible, but El means sun ray, sunlight. Is sun god Ra of Egypt, El. So everybody looking at Egypt like, oh, I think the gods was the ones putting people to slaves. Why would a god put things into slavery? You feel me? I could teach everybody how the pyramids got made. The pyramids didn't get made by slaves. Me, I was there. I was actually I was singing. My vibration of my voice was so tall. I was 10 feet tall. My vibration was so deep. I really was 11, but my vibration of my voice was so deep. It was raising the stones, and actually we was putting them in place. We was telling the people, the small people, they was like, oh, y'all don't have to fear. Y'all can literally work with us. It'd be like, wow, it's just a mustard seed. It'd be like, can y'all be right here to get the exact measurements? We know the measurements, but we need to be this tall in order to this. So can y'all be this small so y'all can get the exact order, the measurements? And like, are you gonna crush us? Be like, no, we're not gonna crush you. And like, even if we tie y'all up, y'all not gonna get crushed. It'd be like, what, y'all want somebody strong in the back just to pull y'all out just in case? If it feel like it's gonna fall, it'd be like, yes, please. Okay, go ahead. I know what it's gonna look like, but guess what? The kingdoms is divided. The understanding of what really happened versus what they saying happened is divided. It's sun god Ra, El. It's sun god Ra, all light. Yes, I am. So Israel has been, it said, and when Israel heard Jeroboam had returned, they sent him and assembled him the king. Jesus' role of Bo, I am. So when Jesus came back and saying, Bo, I am who I am. I know who I am. You can't exile me for something I did. And if you do, I'm going to deny you my kingdom of heaven. You feel what I'm saying? The people who was taking people into slavery was, after the kings left, the kings, we was calling ourselves the pharaohs, basically saying we're fair and we know how to roll. People who was false pharaohs, the people of false light, the false kings, the princes, don't put your trust in the prince. It was the people that came after us, who came and conquered. You go into looking at Egypt. They came and conquered Egypt from the people that were just dwelling in there. It was no gods. We was all like, man, we finna slide out. We finna go into heaven real quick. You feel what I'm saying? Like, we finna just go into higher atmosphere so we can chill out, so we can actually have fun on a more faster scale. You know, so we can watch back what we did on a more fun scale. You know what I'm saying? The physical is for work. The spirit is also for work. But if you flip them around, physical can be for fun. Spirit can be for fun. As the spirit can be for work, physical can be for work. That's what we was doing. We went up to heaven, and people came in and was like, man, we step away for 1 second, and they say, oh, y'all told us our secret. Y'all told them the secret that we actually move away and stop listening to certain parts of the world so we can put in correct magic points to see correct spirit fun. It was like, y'all told them the secret. Okay, my people were just putting trust in them. It's okay. I need to teach them. Don't put your trust in the prince. Them people that came over and saying, oh, we're the prince of this, and we'll just wanting to be in land. Don't put your trust in them. You know what I'm saying? If they're not bringing wisdom, they're bringing nothing to the table, a foundation, of hardcore foundation of creation, you know, then don't put no trust in them. You feel what I'm saying? And that's exactly what the foundation was as to be. They told them, oh, the gods leave and they don't listen for a little bit. They be like, for real? They be like, yeah, so where they at right now? They be like, they gone, they can't hear us. And the whole time, I see it vividly. I'm like, man, I'm gonna just sit back real quick. I'm gonna see what they do. I'm already feeling what they was gonna do because I don't play about my hearts. They love me for real. So they went into captivity, and it's a Bible verse saying, all the pain it will, all the pain that somebody else inflicted, it will go into the person who inflicted it. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh, they go into the pain. I'm like, they don't see what I'm doing right now because I got the kingdoms divided. But I'm really putting all the pain into them, and I got the people who real deal suffering. I got them sitting in my heart, just chilling. They just looking down at them like, dang, they really would do that to us. I'm like, yeah. But since y'all faithful like this and y'all believe I can do this, lightning strike, bring you up from earth. I can same thing. I could bring somebody down from earth and to burn through a lightning strike, through a small mustard seed of light. Since y'all believe me, I brought y'all up from out of earth into heaven. And I had y'all sit here and just watch them. Watch all the bad people. I had y'all, like, for real. You feel me? The same thing. They won't feel thirsty or hunger. They won't feel earthly things, or they won't feel anything that earth was intending for them. This is all biblical resonation. I really brought them people out of there and say, listen, y'all can chill right here. Y'all don't have to worry. And everything they do, they're gonna be doing it to themselves. And as soon as they've come into realization, I'm gonna dump all the sins into the pig. When they die, and when they have that vessel that had you in die, I'm gonna have them feel the pain in one joke. And it's not gonna be like, it's gonna be a continuation until they felt all the pain that they did. That's called vengeance. That's called, you feel me? That's to say, don't fight fire with fire, because me, Nazir, is somebody who actually know how to use the word and who actually know how to use light in order